Well, remember the lawyer Albuquerque's mayor hired to negotiate between the police department and the federal Department of Justice? Well, News 13 has followed the paper trail, and it turns out the bill could cost you and the city $500,000. In just the first 3.5 months, Scott Greenwood here and his business partner have racked up $25,000. That's just in expenses, including margaritas at Church Street Cafe and beer at Rudy's. Now, besides all that, Greenwood makes $350 an hour, charging half of that for him to drive from his home in Scottsdale to Albuquerque. That costs about $12 grand so far. So News 13 has asked the mayor about all of this.
He had doctor's orders not to fly, so I know there's been some flying and some driving. But the way this process worked is Scott would come in for meetings with the Department of Justice. After those meetings, he would leave, go back and work out of his office either in Arizona or in Ohio.
The city also has to fork over $200,000 for Mr. Greenwood's attorney's fees. And the city of Albuquerque has officially signed an agreement with the Department of Justice to overhaul the city's police department. Now it's up to a federal judge to approve the deal. It's been 7 months since the DOJ released a scathing report on APD. The deal calls for new training, tougher hiring requirements, and better internal oversight. The city and the feds now have to appoint a federal monitor to make sure these changes actually happen. Crystal?
Time now 6:02. One person is in the hospital this morning after being shot. Bernalillo County deputies have not said they know who the suspect is. It happened at about 8:30 last night on bridge near Isleta in southwest Albuquerque. Deputies say the person had non-life-threatening injuries and they will continue to investigate. Police say they know who killed 2 teens and left their bodies in a car outside of Santa Fe. Investigators say 20-year-old Ricardo Ricky Martinez shot and killed 13-year-old runaway Ana Marie Ojeda and her 18-year-old boyfriend, Venancio Cisneros, on October 24th. The two were found dead, slumped in a car in the Villa Vista subdivision. Detectives have not revealed a motive. According to an arrest warrant, 2 witnesses placed Martinez with the victims in that car just before they were gunned down. Another man in the area heard gunshots, saw Martinez walking away from the car. He identified Martinez out of a photo lineup. This morning, detectives are searching for Martinez, the suspected killer, saying he's armed and dangerous. Detectives say Martinez has tattoos on his right arm and several on his neck. If you see him, you're asked to call 911 or the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Department.
All right, 6:04 now. As we mentioned, today is Veterans Day, and there are a lot of celebrations for America's veterans going on all around Albuquerque and New Mexico. The Veterans Day parade and memorial ceremony will be here in Albuquerque. It begins at 9 this morning at Bullhead Park on South San Pedro, and the parade will make its way to Veterans Memorial Park over near Louisiana. At 11 this morning, a bell will stroke 11 times. A medal recipient, Hiroshima Miyamura, will also be attending the event. Then in Socorro, folks there will unveil a Vietnam Wall honoring the 399 New Mexicans killed in that conflict. That starts at 11 this morning. And in Rio Rancho, folks there are inviting you to a special ceremony to honor veterans. It's at the Rio Rancho Monument Park. That begins at 11 this morning.
Students at Jackson Middle School in Northeast Albuquerque started honoring veterans yesterday. They also made thank you signs and American flags to honor those currently serving overseas today and those who died serving our country. The Rail Runner is launching a new program this morning aimed to give veterans a free yearly pass. This will allow them to get to VA appointments, job interviews, and school. If you are a veteran, all you need is a VA medical card to get your pass. The program starts this morning and runs through next year. Now, in honor of our men and women in service past and present, some local businesses want to make sure our American heroes are thanked in a very big way today. Jiffy Lubes across the Albuquerque area are honoring active and retired members of the U.S. military with a free oil change, and they're giving 15% off other services. Quality GMC Buick is also giving back to our military and first responders by giving away $50 dinner cards just for stopping by to say hello. It sounds pretty easy. The dinner cards are for a number of restaurants in the area. They'll be giving those away until next Monday. Also giving thanks by giving a meal are the St. Clair Winery and Bistro restaurants across the state of New Mexico. Stop by from open to close and claim your free meal. Just present your military ID or retired ID service card. For a full list of offers and deals, head to our website, krqe.com.
And don't forget, a lot of places are closed in honor of Veterans Day. This includes most city, county, state, and federal offices. Plus, libraries in the Duke City are closed, and so are Albuquerque's animal shelters.
However, ABQ Ride is running on its regular bus schedule today. Trash and recycling will be picked up. And since most schools are closed, you can take the kids to the zoo or museums, which are also open today.
And kids in Santa Fe, you do have to go to school today. You're taking time to honor America's veterans, and you can go and help out. The Capitol High Marching Band will be playing at the Veterans Day Parade. It starts at 9:30 this morning at Fort Marcy Park and goes to the Baton Memorial. Then head over to E.J. Martinez Elementary at 1:45 for a special Veterans Day assembly. All right, today, as we honor those who have served our country and gave the ultimate sacrifice.
Well, for one group of motorcycle riders, Veterans Day comes more than once a year. News 13's Catherine Rizzone is here to tell us about the story she's been working on.
Well, that's right, Matt Crystal. They are the Patriot Guard riders, all veterans. What they do is simple, but for the families who witness it, it's much more.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
They've seen it all. The welcoming home parties for troops coming home and the final goodbyes for veterans. The group of vets are rarely heard, but you can't miss them. It's a national group with more than 300,000 members, hundreds right here in New Mexico. These men and women are all volunteers who donate their time in the name of honor and appreciation. Their story and why they do this coming up in our next half hour. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Catherine. Again, you do not want to miss this story. It signifies what Veterans Day is all about today.
All right, some other news this morning. Police need your help finding an elderly man who has gone missing. Clovis police have issued a silver alert for Walter Engel. He disappeared yesterday morning. His family is particularly worried about him because he has beginning stages of Alzheimer's. Mr. Walter is 87 years old. He's 6 feet tall, 190 pounds. He has brown eyes and green hair. He may be driving a truck like this. It's a 2006 Toyota Tundra with New Mexico plate JJC110. If you see him, please call police.
A quick correction, he does have gray hair.
No, my apologies.